Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Totally Legit Recap episodes 3 and 4. Now, I know technically the shows aren't numbered that way at least. They're based on the episode that the guys, let's just go with bastardizing for comedic effect by pointing out the incredible shortcomings. Basically, it sticks to being a parody without becoming a satire, which is important because that's actually the definition between fair use and something you need to buy a license for. Yeah, there's actually a thing there. Basically, since he's making fun of the show by using the show to point out issues with the show, that falls into it. But satire is just taking elements to make a joke about something completely different. Yeah, I was maybe watching a lot of Legal Eagle videos recently, and I just thought that was really cool to break down and watch. So yeah, that's it. That's been in my head for a while. What this is going to be, though, is going in there and seeing just what he's done, because while this is not on the same level of oh god fuck why as Pony MOV in that entire series, and I'm still scarred from that, and no, I haven't even seen the video comments yet because I'm recording this before releasing the first one, but I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be going, why haven't you watched more of that yet? Why haven't you watched more of that yet? You should watch more of that, Airier. Join us. No, dear god, no. What we will be doing is jumping in and seeing just where, and I'm going to definitely get this name right, which I don't need to look up. Yeah, the person who did this is DWK, and I completely did not bastardize the name in the first video. Completely wrong every single time I said it. Oh, god damn it. It's TTS all over again. Alpha Bruva Busa. Bruva Alpha Busa. God, I can't even get his name right. Yeah, moving on. You guys know the deal. There's a link below to the original episodes. Hit them up at your own risk, most likely in this case. And let's get started. What?
All right, so Pinky's like, yo,
I missed that.
You want to have an expository conversation?
Oh,
and
expository.
Like,
I thought it was
what do we
suppository
gotta
for a
say?
second.
We're on a train to Manhattan so I can scope out a location for my new boutique. And Pinky's like, yeah, okay, we're definitely going to do that. But can we also try to get my sister a boyfriend while
You have
we're
a
there?
sister?
And Rarity's like, am I in the opener of a sitcom? So they meet up with Maud, and
Well,
Rarity's like, yo,
yes.
darling, what's been up? And Maud's like, Boulder and I have been trying to conceive. And Rarity's like, man, Maud, you're one humorous broad. I mean, how would that even... I put him in my vagina. And Pinky's like, talk about getting your rocks off, right?
Oh,
right?
God, I can actually see her making
And
that
so
joke in
Rarity's
canon.
like,
That's
"Dude,
actually pretty
you're
accurate.
Right. Your sister needs the D. And Pinky's like, word, just keep her occupied. I
Oh
met
my
this guy on
God.
Kick who said he'd go out with her. So I just gotta...
Okay, one, Pinkie Pie has a sister that's super depressed. I was unaware of that. Two, I think the comment of, oh God, am I in a sitcom opening? Is accurate. They're, oh God, is this just a giant bunch of sex jokes, this entire thing? Oh God, it probably is. It's like, it's funny humor, but the people making it is actually kind of awkward. And by awkward, I mean, okay. I think I might have trouble with this one. Oh boy.
Gotta go meet him. It's totally legit. So Rarity decides to keep Maud occupied
they just
by
did a name
asking
drop.
about her
Totally legit.
relationship. And she's like, so, Maud,
God, that
how did
smile
you
is
and
painful.
Boulder get involved? And Maud's like, by my mid-20s, I realized that my obsessive personality and bottomless pit of emotional baggage made it unlikely that I'd ever find a suitable partner unless I abandoned the one thing I was passionate about and spent my entire life searching for someone I might never find. I decided to marry myself to my career, and Boulder is a behavioral manifestation of the cognitive dissonance resulting from that choice. And Rarity's like, oh, well...
Okay, I just want to give a quick shout out to DWX for actually doing that in one monotone voice and sounds like one single breath. That's actually impressive in a super depressing way the more you think about it. Yeah. Like, damn. Impressive you could say that, but depressing that you could think of something to put in there that sounds... I mean, that sounds like there's personal experience there, and I am so sorry if anyone has that. Do I have that? I don't think I have that. Oh, God, I don't think I have that. Oh, I hope I don't have that. Oh. Impressive but depressing.
That's neat. And Maud's like, actually, you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger, but with clothes instead of rocks. So how are things going with you?
Oh,
Yeah, things are great.
She's wearing clothes.
Waiter, I'm gonna need a pitcher of gin over here.
Only a pitcher?
Like, You're not a very good conversationalist.
Is that a rock?
So Pinky meets up with this guy she talked to on MySpace or whatever you kids are
Is that
using
Markiplier?
now. But
What's
she finds
Dig?
out that the selfies she's been taking with her party cannon all day have become a meme on the pony internet. And he won't let anyone touch his sack unless she forks over the cannon so he can make some videos with it and gaffle some of that sweet, sweet YouTube money. So when Pinky finally gets back, Rarity's like 12 shots deep and on the verge of an existential crisis.
Can't she just pull them out of nowhere?
Pinky's hella depressed and she's like, hey guys, I hope you're having a better day than I am. And Rarity's like, oh god, I'm so alone. So Pinky pitches Maud this whole blind date thing, and after privately assuring Boulder that she's just humoring her little sister, Maud agrees to go along with it. Then they actually find the guy and it takes Maud all of like 5 seconds to piece together what happens, and she's just like, that belongs to my sister, give it back. And he's all, oh yeah, what you gonna do about it? And Maud's like, nothing, you're a sleazy street grifter with obvious hormonal deficiencies who cons people out of things that bring them joy amidst this nightmarish imprisonment in flesh we call existence. There's nothing I can do that would make your life worse, you absolute abortion of a person. And he's like, look, just take the fucking...
Holy sh... I'm not going to lie, but I was not expecting that level of burn. I feel like I need to rewind and take notes because that was... I'm going to show that to Pretty Guardian. No, actually, never mind. She would actually start quoting. I should not show that to Pretty Guardian. I will never show this to Pretty Guardian. Please, for the love of God, if she's in the comments, don't let her know. Oh God. She appreciates a very harsh burn, and DWX. The level of burn there. I mean, it goes from just saying I will, like the usual insult, saying you're horrible, this, that. To, I cannot do anything to you because your life is so existentially meaningless and painful that nothing can make it worse, and that the nicest thing someone could have done to you was give you an abortion? Oh my fucking God, what the hell? That is a level of... What the fuck, man? I mean, it's impressive in how terrifyingly depressing that is. And since that's, I'm certain, hopefully... not actually what the show did. That was created specifically for this episode. Oh, God.
Cannon back, Jesus Christ. And Maud's like, Pinky, it's really nice that you worry about me like this, but I'm happy with my life the way it is.
Really?
It's a little unusual. Some of us are just okay with being alone forever. Right, Rarity?
Oh, I just realized...
like, I'm still young. Why are you saying these things to me? Oh, yeah, she finds a location for a new boutique, which she'll be thinking about tonight.
Oh,
when she's
yeah.
all
Forever
by
alone,
herself.
Rarity.
So they all
that's
agree it was a
mean.
fantastic day and decide to make this a yearly thing. The end.
Okay, so that last episode was a thing. Okay. Still just working through the verbal beatdown Maud dropped. I cannot confirm or deny. I edited out a portion of this video where I went back and maybe transcribed that because, let's kind of be honest, I think we all know I did that. And I'm not going to regret it. That was completely a viable outcome. And DWK, holy shit, man. I am actually terrified of what you can come up with and say in one breath, let alone that. I'm not sure which would be scarier. If you had to come up with that over time, writing down notes, thinking of the perfect burn, or if you just came up with that off the top of your head, I don't know which would be more terrifying, but it is absolutely fascinating and terrifying. Mostly terrifying. I'm sure no one's surprised about that at all at this point, but I kind of wonder what the hell we're going to do next. This one is On Your Marks. It's probably the little kids who are always obsessed with their flank tattoo. Does that count as a tramp stamp? Not going to go there. Not going there. Moving on. Let's just jump in and see whatever he came up with on this one. If it's anything like the last one, I will be taking notes. What the Why does the music always sound so creepy? Like, it goes from really off, creepy note.
Oh boy, here we go again. So, the CMCs are trying to have their first meeting since getting their cutie marks, but they're way too preoccupied with staring at their asses to concentrate. And now they know how we feel. So, Apple Bloom is like, all right, guys, let's go get our cutie marks. And Sweetie Belle and Scoots are like, dude. And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, dude, that happens to me a lot.
Oh my god, they have a Rastafarian pony?
That these three are
technically they have Doctor Who pony, so it's a thing.
Different interests. Scootaloo likes being an adrenaline junkie, Sweetie Belle likes finding new and more elaborate ways to be boring, and Apple Bloom likes desperately clinging to a rapidly dissolving childhood. They try doing some shit together, like singing and potion making.
To be fair, one of them is well adjusted.
Volunteer
what
the mentally challenged? And finally Scoots is like, dude, why don't we still be best friends?
Nope, I did see that. That is a thing. I mean, I know the joke he made is about him being mentally challenged, and I guess this would be more a physical challenge, like, oh dear God, when do your muscles stop growing? I mean, you were literally the super mutant of Fallout 4 in My Little Pony. Oh, that's probably what the joke was. I guess with the haircut, they were probably going like the ripped muscle guy. But no, with how they're over protruding, it looks more like... It looks like the Fallout 4 super mutant with the skin about to burst because the muscles are so huge. The more I look at this, the more I am disturbed. I'm trying to focus on the actual recap and what he's saying, but I just... Oh, wow, that... Oh, God, he has wings. He's a flying piece of Pegasus. Okay.
Finally, Scoots is like, dude, why don't we still be best friends, but not drag each other into every stupid thing one of us wants to do? And Sweetie Belle is like...
Okay, first off, I didn't mean to pause so quickly, but I don't think this person knows the definition of friendship. Dragging each other into the stupid shit you're going to do is literally kind of the requirement. It is... Think about it. The more you think about it, you kind of realize, yeah, that's how it works. Just give it a minute to sink in that is actually the description. Yeah.
Like, wow, that sounds totally reasonable and productive. And Apple Bloom agrees, even though it feels like they've punched a gaping, aching hole in her heart. Because she's already learning how to bottle up and stifle her emotions like an adult. Then she sings the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my fucking life. And
really?
I don't remember what happens next because I was crying. Anyway, look at Sweetie.
Look at
that smile and the joy in her eyes. She just made the shittiest scarf in the world and she is fucking stoked about it.
She looks like she just dropped...
I'm not good at this, but
I don't even know what. There's something heavy on her head.
And it's going to be so much fun. You fucking tiny horses with your relentless positivity and your self-esteem. Just try it once, fail, quit forever, and feel ashamed like a normal person. So, Sweetie Bee and Scoots had a great day, and Apple Bloom has sunk into a psychotic depression because she knows that this is how it all starts. Pretty soon, they'll all be living in different cities and only see each other at New Year's, and they'll have to be like, hey, what's up? How have you been? Even though none of them actually care because that precious sibling-like relationship they had in their youth is dead, and all that's left is an awkward feeling of obligation. Sure, they'll start talking about things they did back in the day, like, oh, hey, remember that time we were happy and life felt like it had meaning? And after a few drinks, it'll almost feel
definitely
like
what they're going for.
A connection between them, and they'll share all their online handles.
The next
and
joke
be like,
is she's sent off to some random
you on MySpace
hotel to
and
take care of it.
On Twimbler, and we should get together sometime and eat spaghetti or whatever. Then the next day when they sober up, they'll go right back to never getting around to it and feeling that nagging little guilt and sadness gnawing at the backs of their minds because they know it's never gonna be like it was, so why even try? Or, that's just my take on it. Maybe.
I mean, one, yes, Rastafarian Pony makes a valid point here. And two, I think they just summarized almost every form of episode of any sitcom where you're meeting old friends. Not the happy sitcoms, more of the, we're going to make fun of you because you're an idiot sitcom. Like Everybody Loves Raymond. That's where my mind went immediately for a good example of a less than happy sitcom. Yeah. I wasn't expecting this episode to be a critique on friendship in a modern world, though. This is deeper than I expected, as much as the last one was darker than I expected.
Maybe she's thinking something else. I don't know. And so she's like, why do you guys hate me now? And Scoots is like, dude, we just want to have hobbies. What's the big deal? But I don't like change. Dude, Apple Bloom, life changes all the time and you just have to deal with it, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
if you
like
can't
her
cope with
ability,
change, your
she
life
should
is
definitely
just gonna
change
be a
that.
waking nightmare
That
of
is a
constant
terrible
dread
scarf.
as you wonder whether or not today will be the one that shatters your fragile illusion of a status quo. You'll be a reclusive, nervous wreck of a person, and that kind of life's not worth living. Also, having hobbies is neat. Dude, I tried and I'm shit at everything except the stuff I already do. And Sweetie B is like, you don't have to be good at something to have fun. And I'm like, no, goddamn it, Sweetie Belle, you don't have to be good at something to have fun. You have some weird inherent sense of self-worth and confidence. Normal people
It's
don't
actually
have
impressive
that.
when
If
they put it
I'm
that
not
way.
good at something, I fucking hate myself. Anyway, AB finally realizes that the world isn't black and white, and that when someone says, I'm busy, can we hang out later? It doesn't mean that they aren't your friend, it just means they're busy, but they want to hang out later. And that's actually a pretty damn appropriate revelation for someone who's like 12. So she stops being a clingy asshole and everything's fine.
I thought there was a time skip.
Oh, wait, I forgot. So earlier when I was busy sobbing into my TV dinner and chugging box wine, Apple Bloom met this asshole who's really good at dancing but is scared of doing it in front of people. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. If I was good at anything besides jacking off and drinking, I would totally do it in front of people. I mean, I do both those things in front of people constantly, but nobody likes it. Right, so the CMCs do what they do best and help give the dude
There is a job about drinking,
follow
though.
his passion and blah, blah, blah.
It's
He gets his cutie mark and that's
sommelier.
that. There's a
It's
common
actually a
thread
thing. Look
running
it up.
throughout MLP that I, and I'm sure all of you have noticed. Ponies who are good at something but have failed to realize their full potential. This guy just needed some encouragement and voila, he found his destiny. Our good friend Glimmy is another great example. A brilliant sorceress whose emotional baggage led her down a morally ambiguous path. But hey, now that she's realized the error of her ways, she's kicking ass. I mean, she unfucked Trixie. What else needs to be said? That is a public service.
That's a thing?
Even Diamond fucking Tiara, the most consistent antagonist over the last 5 seasons of this show, wasn't really a villain, just a victim of horrible parenting, and she turned out to be a pretty cool chick when she learned how to use her talents for good. I've thought about this a lot, and it seems like there aren't really any intrinsically bad ponies, just those who've lost their way. Everyone in Equestria has a true place and has the potential for a fulfilling life, and that, more than rainbow magic or talking horses, is what makes it a fantasy world.
Oh! Okay, that burn at the end, I'm not even sure if you caught it. I definitely did, and they're going, oh, probably pointed out, but DWK is going this whole thing about, like, the basic premise is, you know, there's not really bad people, it's just people who, through events and experiences, were not able to reach their potential, and it's like this really good analysis of the show and showing that the real villain is just having to overcome it and become the best you. It's very actually, there's a psychological aspect about that that's quite involved, and I would love to get into that more. And then he immediately gets to like this really great point of, this is what it's really like. There's no real bad ones. There's just, you know, experiences, and you can be fixed if you just work and someone gives you a hand. It's possible. It's not impossible. There's no inherent good or bad. You just can if you try. And then it's a fantasy because of that. Oh, man, that is dark. Not just because, you know, saying all that good stuff is a fantasy, but because it comes with the explicit understanding that reality is inherently fucked. That is depressing as fuck. Also because YouTube apparently requires this. Fuck. Good, we did that. Just gotta get that out of the way. I'm actually curious about this guy's take on philosophy through freaking My Little Pony. I was not expecting that to be a thing when I started reacting and watching and reviewing this freaking series. And now I'm really looking forward to trying to nitpick and diagnose, and yeah, I think diagnose is the correct term there, what he's doing just with how he's relating real life to My Little Pony. And then it makes sense with how he's looking at it. Whether I agree or not is even important. I sometimes do, sometimes don't, but it's just, wow. First, it was just taking Maud, who's just maudlin. Oh, that's the name. Oh, I just got that. And just making her, like, really self-actual. Oh, that's the word I was looking for. Self-actualized. It's basically that psychological concept of Sachs. I can't say it now. Self-actualization. Oh, there I can. Now I can say it. Yeah. That's just really interesting how he's taking that psychological concept, showing how every single villain is a form of a failure to do that, and relating that to real life as saying it's not real because it could happen positively. That's depressing, but also a really cool psychological look at both the characters and the guy doing it. Oh man, I was not expecting to like the psychological impact access and the discussion based around it on something involving My Little Pony. Granted, I wasn't expecting an entire episode devoted to Looney Tunes either in the first season, so I guess that's just going to stand for a thing. Yeah. The more I see of this series, the more I like it. Not just My Little Pony, but like DWK's actual take on it. His recaps are actually really involved, and even though he's BSing every single bit of it, the way he's looking into it and actually analyzing aspects of it is just really enjoyable, and I'm very glad I found it. So, Author of Purpose, thank you again for recommending this to me. I'm actually really enjoying this. And I can't wait to see what he does in the next one and how I could just pull it apart and see what he did, because I mean, if he has more great, amazing burns like that one with Maud, I will be taking notes. I would recommend it. Where do I find a sketch pad, though? Meh. I'll say, you guys know the drill. Link below, original episode. You already hit it up? Great! I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.